They don't want us focused on reality. Hey, if they want us to devote an hour of coverage to this and weekend coverage of this, and they want to take us to a good place, I would examine the racial element of this, because there is a racial element. And this is a story about young.
Here's my problem with that. You got a national platform. So what do you mean if they want to take us to a place? I would examine the racial element. Examine it. If there's a racial element, because it's funny that you say that, because it's paused on, even though I got it covered up, it's paused on the white guy with the taser who just got relieved of his duty but not charged with anything. So it is a racial element of it, even when it is only black people. That's neither here nor there. We'll get to that at another date, another time. But why are you acting like somebody controls what you talk about? Examine it. If it's a racial element there, examine it. But go ahead, man.
Black men and their inability to treat each other in a humane way. Everybody involved in this.
And I 1 trillion% of agree with this. I said this. I said this when I watched it. I said they sound like they part of the rap culture. That's what I said. So I agree with that part.
On the street level was either 24 to 32 years old. Everybody. It was a group of young black men, 5-on-1. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected some or put some.
It's like it's a few different problems with what you just did, Jason. Now, before we get to the bigger one, let me address the smaller issue here. I learned that men communicate through analogies well. Women, not necessarily. They personalize everything. So when you make analogies, sometimes they don't stick with women because they personalize things. I learned that because I use analogy like all the time. So now that we got that out the way, Jason, you're stupid for doing that because I understand that you just took a small jab at single mothers and a whole right cross at the actual police chief herself. But see, here's the cause of effect of your stupidity. I just seen Keita Rose do a rant about your dumb self, and um in the comment section, it's women defending themselves as mothers. The issue with that is this is about TYRE Nichols, and now the issue has been hijacked by your stupid comment because you referenced single motherhood with this. You stupid with your timing and the fact that you used it as an analogy at all, talking to one of them. Okay? So you're stupid. Okay? You're dumb. And it doesn't, it has, listen, here's another reason why you're stupid. Because it's police culture still. So the race element is still just police brutality. Because here's what people are leaving out of that whole scenario. I listen to everything. I listen to stuff. When they got done doing what they did, he told him, man, you about to get charged with so much. So after they beat him eventually to death, the first thing they told him is, man, you about to get charged with a bunch of stuff. So regardless of the race element, the single mother element, whatever element you want to add to it, there's still the fact that police feel protected doing this stuff, whether they're black, whether they're white, whether they're purple, whether they're Jason Whitlock. It doesn't matter. They still feel protected by doing this stuff. So you stupid once again.
Some black woman in charge of the police force, and we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers.
You're stupid. And it's not, listen. Oh, Jason, it's not really the, listen, and people might take this the wrong way, but they don't need to. It's not just the single mother, it's the lack of father. And I don't mean that as a whole, the men responsible for being absent type of thing. I mean the lack of father creates this lack of respect for authority. And the culture that we live in is just a death culture. People don't respect life because all we see is death, especially in the black community. And then couple that with being a police officer and it's quantified.
If we want to discuss the breakdown of family that leads to disrespect for authority, that causes you to resist the police and
Right, I just said that.
run from the police and not comply with the police because you resist authority at all time, because there was no male authority in your home, let's have that discussion. But that's not where they want to take us. They want
You need to take it there before you take it where you took it, because you mentioned single mothers twice before you said we can talk about that. And now the conversation has been hijacked and it's cringe to go through the comment section and listen to women talking about themselves after this happened to this dude. So it's like, and you caused that. So it's like
to
weird.
take us down the path of saying, you know what, this is Tucker Carlson's fault. This is some random white, this is Donald Trump's fault. It's not. It's the breakdown of family and the buying in to all these left wing.
No, well, listen, nobody's saying it's Tucker Carlson's fault. You want us to play the race card? We can. Nobody's definitely not saying it's Donald Trump's fault. Why would they say that and not say Biden? All these gas prices going up, everything going up. Why wouldn't they blame the current president? But why is this now about the breakdown of families? This is weird, yo. That all of a sudden that there's some black officers that did this. Now it's about the breakdown of family. This is the narrative that's being pushed on Fox. That this is what it's about now. It's about the breakdown in family, but not in this situation. This is about the breakdown of the police system. But at the end of the day, it's working the way it's supposed to. A black male was beat to death. The system that was created the year slavery was abolished works again. So, at the end of the
Things
day,
that have nothing to do with promoting family.
man, we really talking about promoting the family with a police brutality case now. This is what we doing. You taking shots at single mothers, but you saying we can talk about the what led up to the lack of respect, but you talking about the lack of respect in the cops. So like, what are we doing? Okay, let's talk about why white cops do it then. So why we just psychoanalyzing the police officers? Let's talk about the white cops that do it then too. Why we can have that conversation? Let's just talk about everything. How long? Let's talk about it. So man, you dumb, Jason. I can't believe you, bro. You're real stupid. You know that? You know that? You know that, bro? Yeah, you dumb. For real, bro. I don't know.